everybody, it's Amanda again from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Today I'm going to make a beautiful card for you to give you some inspiration with the brand new Blended Seasons, which is the new exclusive bundle for August. So we're going to use this lovely floral design here, and we're going to use the You're the Friend Everyone Wishes They Had stamp. Okay, so what you're going to need is, my card base is Flirty Flamingo, and this measures 8.5 inches by 4 1/8, and I've scored it in the middle at 5 3/4. Okay, and then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White, and this measures, let me remind myself, 3 7/8 by 5.5, and you need 2 because you need 1 for the front and 1 for inside, and this is actually for inside. So I'm going to add that now to the inside, and then that job is done. And we're going to create a really lovely card. I'm also going to share with you a lovely embossing folder, which is this one here. What's it called? Tufted Dynamic. To me it looks like a headboard or a pin board, you know, that kind of thing, but do you know what, when you use it, it's beautiful. Now let me just stick that on there before the glue dries. Look, I'm forgetting where I am. One thing at once, Amanda. So let's stick that on there like that, and then I'll just tell you about the Textured Dynamics. They are a little bit, what are they called? Textured impressions, I beg your pardon. Now they're a little bit thicker than normal embossing folders, so you need to adjust your sandwich. It's one of them, just play with it till you're happy. Some people like to spray the cardstock a little bit with water before they put it in, because it's thicker and it's going to get more pressure. I didn't find that were necessary, but it might depend what kind of card you're using. Now if you've got a plate like this is what my plate is like for my Big Shot, and it's got like flaps. So if you've got this, you will need to lift off and just have it on flap 1, okay, and put your embossing folder straight onto there, and then just put 1 plate. I think that's what I did, and then, you know, it went through nicely. Just thought I'd share that with you. Shift that out the way. Okay, so this is what it turns out like. I'm not doing it on camera because it makes on my table rock, but you can see you've got that beautiful like quilted look, and in between each one is a little tiny dot, like a little stud. It's stunning. So that is what I have done there, and that is going to go on the front. So I am going to glue it and very carefully press it on so I don't re-squash down all that lovely embossing. Okay. And one thing that I have seen one of my team members do, Sandra, who's Cotswold Crafter, she did a card using this, and on each individual little stud in between there she put a little tiny pearl, and oh my goodness, it looked stunning, absolutely stunning. Really beautiful card that she did. She's a very talented lady. Go and look her up. If you Google the Cotswold Crafter, you'll find her blog. She's a demonstrator. Oh, I've got a bit of glue on there now, but never mind, because that's where my floral display is going to go. So there we go, that's our card for quite simple, nice and sturdy, because we've got the inserts. Now we're going to do some stamping. Okay, so I'm using a piece of scrap here, and I have mounted the large floral stamp on my block. This is block E, so it is quite a large stamp. Block E you're going to need for that, or if you've got a Stamparatus or a stamp tool, then you'll be fine. And the ink that I've chosen for this, because I'm going to colour it using the new watercolour pencils. Don't forget, if you shop with me through the month of August, I'm going to send you these. If you spend £30 or over, I'm going to send you these for free as an extra gift. So I've used Flirty Flamingo, I've used a little bit of the Cherry Cobbler, and I've used Granny Apple Green and Garden Green to colour with. So for my outline, I'm using grey granite. Okay, and I have done it, I've stamped off first so that it's a little bit lighter, because it's a colouring outline. If you wanted to use pens, you'd have to use an ink that's suitable for, you know, if you're using your alcohol markers. So I've stamped off, and then I am stamping straight onto my cardstock. Okay, so it's just a slightly lighter colour. Right. And then I've taken the watercolour. I hope you can see that because it is quite faint and the lighting here is absolutely pants. So these are awesome because what you can do, I'm just going to quickly demonstrate. If you don't already have any of the watercolour pencils from Stampin' Up, they really are lovely. If I just quickly show you there, you can colour and then you can add water. Let me get an aqua painter. You can, I mean, you could use a paintbrush. I've got aqua painters. And, you know, it will blend that as if it's watercolour paint. Okay, or the other thing that you can do is you can use the what are these called now? Blender pens. You can use the blender pens as well, which will, you know, pick up that colour and blend it like it's, and you look like you've got a watercolour effect. Okay. So I didn't use the aqua painters. I did use the blender pen to blend in some of the colours. So I'll just quickly demonstrate how I did some of the colouring. So I'm just going to do one flower. So a very, very, very light coloured all over with a light colour first. And I purposely left a lot of white at the edges. Reason being that I've then gone back after and blended with the blend pen, which will lift the colour and spread it out a little bit further, but I want it to go from dark to light, so I've left a band of white all the way around, and I'm colouring in a circular motion rather than up and down, because you don't want you know, you don't want lines, and I'm colouring kind of and I do go around in a circle like so that you can't help but shape the way that you're colouring, which adds a little bit of dimension to your petals if you follow the curve of the petals with your colouring. Not that I'm an expert, I'm not, I'm a complete novice, you know, but I do listen to what other people do and I take notice, and I'll try and improve my technique that way. So we've done that, and then what I've done is I've just gone in a little bit and pressed on a bit harder along those lines, the veins, the folds of the flower rather. They're not veins, they're folds, like creases in the petals. Okay, so I've just pressed on a little bit harder there, and then in the centre. Okay, and then again I've gone round again in a circle, and I've just pressing on a little bit harder, just gone round where I think to, you know, to kind of like shape the petal. So start off light and then go a little bit darker. Okay, and that one's quite curved there, so I'm going to add quite a bit of dark there. Dark in the centre where it would, you know, where it would be darker because the light's not falling on it. And then we'll have a bit of dark there because it curves that way, does the petal. So I'm trying to encourage the shape of it. You know, Picasso here. Hardly. But, you know, the more you do it and the more you practice, the better you'll get. And, you know, try and encourage that curved shape of the petal to give you a little bit of dimension. And I mean, I'm not the world's best, but you see what I'm saying. Then I've gone in with a really dark colour, which is Cajun Craze, and I've gone quite dark in the centre, and then I've just gone a little bit over those petal folds. Okay, and then just gently some more darker, and you just build up your colour. Build it up until you're happy with it is the general idea. Okay, I'm doing it a bit faster now. You'll see my finished one in a minute because I'll show you. And then I've got my blender pen and just gently brushing outwards. And I like to keep mine clean. I like to lift the colour, put it where I want it, and then before I move on to the next shape, I like to just clean off my pen so that I don't end up with the watercolour pencil where I don't want it. I know exactly where I want it, and the blender pens kind of push the colour. So I'm cleaning my pen after each one. Okay, you're never going to get exactly the same results twice, you know, because it's just the nature of the idea of watercolouring. You know, you're not meant to. It's not meant to be perfect. And then I'm just going over a little bit where that white is to blend some of the colours so we don't have really harsh lines. Okay, so it's just a little bit softer. Circular motions or little brushing motions, and then you'll see that you've got a little bit of definition and light and dark tones there. So I've done all of that. Now we did do it off camera. I'll show you what I've come up with. And this is mine. And I think I've not done too bad. And I've put some shading on the leaves. And then I will say, I have fussy cut this out. Now lots and lots of people have got, you know, the scan and cuts and the electric die cutting machines these days that cut out. You do have the coordinating thinlets to go with this set, but I just decided to, you know, I went on a bit of a mad one and I fussy cut it. So it's all coloured and it's all done. So I'm going to add that now to my card, and I'm going to use dimensionals. I did get some out. Here we go. And then we'll do our sentiment. So I didn't think I would do all of the colouring on camera because, you know, it did take me a while. I'm not going to lie. It's not a quick card. It's a more detailed and it's a more in-depth, and it's a, you know, take your time, sit colouring while you're watching the TV or watching a movie, or, you know, and you give it to somebody that little bit special, or, you know, because it's taking you ages to colour it, you put it in a time capsule and bury it in the garden. Whatever takes your fancy. So there we go. So it will be up on dimensions now, and we'll get this card together. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. It is only available throughout the month of August, and then it will be gone. The watercolour pencils are going to carry over. They will be available. Oops. But the stamps won't be. And it's so nice to have something that's a little bit special, a little bit exclusive, a little bit limited edition. Everybody loves it. I do. I like to have things that are a little bit special. So I'm just layering that onto my card now, and already that looks absolutely stunning. We're going to add a sentiment, which the sentiment is quite simple, but it just lifts the card. And we're going to have this one. You're the friend everyone wishes they had. So, have I got some? I'll do it on a piece of scrap and show you. Here's where I was practicing earlier. It's too dark if you do it full strength, so I did stamp off. So let's have a look. Where is it? Oh, I've already mounted it. Okay. There we go. So I'll ink this up nicely. And I'm not stamping off on this one. We're going to have it the full darkness. I'm lining that up on my grid paper. I'm just going to move it down ever so slightly so that I don't get my hair in the shot. It's quite early in the morning and I haven't straightened my hair yet, so you don't want Diana Ross hair in the camera. It's not a good look. And I'm stamping that in the corner as neatly as I can because I'm going to then... Ooh, I've blobbed. Oh, I don't like that. I'll have to do it again. I've blobbed. I've pressed on too hard, haven't I? Let's do it again. Got it the right way around. Yeah. I pressed on too hard, so I'll just do it again, and I'll just press a little bit gently this time. I am a bit heavy-handed. There you go. That's perfect. And then what I did do was, I do have one I made earlier. And I trimmed round it with my trimmer, so it was lovely and straight. And this measures 1 inch by 3 and 1, 2, about 3 3/8. Okay, so I did pre-do it to make sure it was not a mess, basically. And then I've trimmed a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock to layer it on, and it just fits. There's like 1/8 of an inch increment behind there. I'll leave all the measurements on my blog. I've done a blog post already today, so this will be the second blog post for today. It might even be the third. We've got a lot of promotions at the moment through Stampin' Up, and it's part of my job. I've got to promote them, so I'm sorry if there's quite a few businessy posts this month. There's so much going on, but there will be lots of crafting as well. So, you know, just stick with me. I've just got to do it. It's part of what I do, you know. But I do prefer the creative side, to be honest. I love it. Right. So I'm going to layer that up on there now. I'm going to try and get it straight. Oh, I've not done bad there. First attempt and it's straight. So that's on dimensionals, and I'm going to put it on dimensionals again. It's going to be a really nice, beautiful card. And then I've got one extra finishing touch as well in mind. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet, but I have got something a little bit special to one side to add to this card. As I say, I might change my mind and throw it on the floor. I'm known to do that. So this will fit nicely just across the top here now. We want a nice increment. We want to be able to see that. I'm in shock. We want to be able to see the embossing. That's not bad, is it? I'm not doing bad for this straight today. So there we go. It's looking beautiful already. Now what I did think I would add are some of these copper foiled butterflies, which are from the Tea Time Suite. I can't remember the name of them, but they're in the catalogue. I'll leave the link on my blog, and you get you can buy these separate. They are absolutely gorgeous. So let's see if I can get one off, and I'm going to add, yeah, I think I'll have one there. I might have the other one, why not? The other one down here, like so. Now that just makes that card even more special. How beautiful. I hope you'll give that a try. This is the brand new Colour Your Season stamp set. Available only during August. I'll leave all the details on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk so that you can create this card yourself at home. Have fun. Thanks for watching. See y'all soon. Bye.